back to another episode of What They Won't Say podcast, episode 6. This week, we're doing something a little different. Got two special guests.
We got two guests today.
We got Terry. Start with Terry. Here we got Cory. This might be this episode gonna get deep, man. It's gonna get deep. It's gonna be very educational.
Because it's gonna be expression and
We
it's
got
gonna be
two
business.
different vibes.
And it's gonna be business and it's gonna be expression.
Yeah, it's exactly. What we say we was going with?
What we was going with expectations and expression.
Okay.
That was the main thing. So it's the expectations of what it is for us in society, family, relationships, and then also the freedom that you have for expression and why we don't express ourselves as much as we do.
Yeah.
So, like you said, we want to ask people about their mental health all the time. So we're going to ask y'all about how y'all feel about your own well-being and start with. And then after that, we can dive into all type of other deep shit and funny shit or whatever. You feel me?
I got you.
So mental health wise, man, where y'all at? How y'all feeling?
Shit, I might be fucked up right now, for real. But nah, I'm good, man. You know, working every day, trying to be a better person, man. Like I said, if you ain't growing every day, I mean, what you doing out here?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? What, we gonna stay the same forever?
Sure.
That's like them dudes that, still feel like they in high school. Like, well, you can't hoop no more, my dog. Get that shit up, man. These dudes out here dunking every time now. Like,
High school don't even exist no more. Niggas still running with that.
They can't get over it,
A lot of
man.
people never gonna get out of that shit.
High school, you was the man.
Man, listen.
None of that shit matters.
None of it.
Definitely don't.
Because at the same time, so it's like we entering into this new world where everybody's an adult. For us, we enter into this, being a man, manhood and fatherhood. Mm-hmm. Some people might have entered being a man earlier when they was kids, whatever their responsibility was. But in your age, you enter being a man type shit, and now you enter fatherhood. But everybody's still trying to hold on to this childlike essence of, I used to do this, I used to be that. People respected me. I had this. You feel me? I had this. I had that. But now it's either you got it or you don't.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? You a grown ass nigga. You feel me?
Yeah.
Either you got it or you don't. What we talking about?
What we talking about?
I don't want to sit around and talk to nobody who's still reminiscing on what happened yesterday. It's a whole new day. So whatever you did yesterday, you can double it today. But if you ain't trying to double it today, you wasting your time.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's just what we talking about.
See, for me, mentally, I have my ups and downs being an entrepreneur. Most people be making this shit seem like it's
easy.
It's easy, but this shit it's really not easy. I do think that everything possible though. A lot of people understand. So mentally, man, listen, I had to remove myself from literally family, friends. I had to really get my shit together because when you come from the bottom, it's like you the only one in them four walls when shit hit the fan.
Ain't nobody got you.
Ain't nobody really got
Ain't
your
nobody
back.
got you like you do.
Listen, I had to walk trails and sit by the water and stop listening to rap all the time and like stop doing a lot of stuff to get my mind right. A lot of times we suffer from all this trauma and shit. Like you said, people don't let go of the past. Like you said,
Especially with the trauma, I'm like a lot of people don't let. I might say I understand things are gonna stay with you. Things gonna stay with you.
Can't change it though. It's like
It's true, but at the same time, you can still understand what's your unhealthy ethics and work on it.
And work on it, yeah.
So if you're not willing to give yourself no time to work on nothing, all you willing to do is just stay like, yeah, they hurt me. They gonna forever hurt me.
Yeah.
But really, nigga, they hurt you 10 years ago and you still hold on to that shit. They beat. So let's say you got abused, right? You got beat on 10 years ago. I understand it's gonna stay with you, but you gonna let this person mentally whoop your ass for 10 years straight and never try to progress nowhere in life. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I understand that trauma sticks with people, but sometimes you have to learn how to build on something because what they did to you don't make you who you are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to figure out who you are on your own outside of what happened to you.
Man, one thing that get on my nerves though is like everybody always gotta blame somebody. Like it's just like, bro, get over that shit. Like,
Man.
they niggas be talking about the white man did this. Man, it just be like, bro, my mama
don't
did this. My dad
get me
went in my
started.
life. It's just like Man, listen, we
Thousand
all got the
excuses.
same shit, bro. Okay.
Oh, you talk about the oppression? We still in slavery mentality.
Man, that
You talk about that, man.
I gonna niggas is still slaves.
You said
Niggas is still slaves.
Listen, we slaves. Hey, I'd rather be
I'm
this
back and
slave
forth
than
with
100
it,
years ago
I-
slave.
I'm
I
not-
don't
the
care
only
what
reason
you
I say that is
talking about.
because back and forth.
Only reason I say that is because shit, niggas still got, you feel me? We can do whatever we want. We wouldn't be in this room. We couldn't do whatever we want. Right.
That's what I'm
But-
saying, though.
But the thing to it is the limitations. One, how hard you got to work in order to get into a space like this, and the limitations that it takes for you to that it took you to get somewhere outpost somebody who's not like you.
I feel like
You
it's an
did,
excuse.
yeah. That's
It's an
a
excuse,
yeah,
though.
It's an
a
excuse.
huge excuse.
No, so if you don't do it, then you can use it as an excuse. But if you're still working for something and you're still being held back as you actively working on something, I feel like it's not an excuse.
What's on you?
What's on your back?
What's on you back? Still the racial system.
Nah, you holding yourself
No,
back.
if you're still actively doing something, if you don't do it at all, you hold yourself back.
Yeah.
But if you had, so let's say you and let's say somebody that's not like you
Mm.
walk into the same building. Y'all want to start. Let's say y'all want to start a business. Let's say y'all walk into a bank, fuck a building, like a regular building. Let's say y'all walk into a bank.
Mhm.
You say you want to go in for 50,000. He say he want to walk in for 50,000.
Mhm.
Who's more likely to come out without any type of credentials? Who's more likely to come out with 50,000 without any credentials?
Both of y'all.
Both of y'all how?
Listen, one thing I do with the banks, you gotta understand the banks can't. Once you understand this shit,
Mhm.
understand that you cannot be racist. Like the banks can't be racist. It's just like when I go in the banks, no, take me in the back, sit me down, show me how to do this. Oh,
Can you do that for a bank that you're not a part of?
Yes.
Or you just walk in and do that? And
See-
I got right now. I got
See, that's what,
15 bank
and
accounts.
that's why I'm glad we got you here, because it comes down to two different type of people.
Yeah.
And really what it is we not educated. So the excuse
Real
we
shit.
use
Yeah.
is the fact that, oh, the white man, no, nigga, we don't know. Your mama didn't know, your daddy didn't
No,
know.
that's what
Mm.
And they didn't know. That's what it is. So they use the old school excuse. Oh, yeah, XYZ, yeah, the white man, we can't do this. But just like he said, if you educate yourself, then you can go in the back of the bank and sit down. So I think that's really what it is. It's the fact that we really don't fucking know. Like financial literacy, we fucking
for
suck,
real.
bro. Like,
It is.
So, like y'all said, that's an excuse. Is that not still an excuse that we don't know? Because why won't we learn?
you can, though.
Why won't
But
we
who is holding you? You only hold yourself back.
from
learning.
what, doing something?
Yeah, like
That's what I said. I'm like, you can do something, but whether or not you succeed at, I twisted it up. But I'm saying you can start something. You can have the same competition as somebody else. Start
Mhm.
something. But if you just either don't do it or cut yourself out, that's your excuse. You like, well, I didn't keep going because XYZ told me I couldn't get this, or XYZ held like this limitation where I didn't feel like breaking it, right? But if you keep going, break this limitation, whether or not they told you yes or no, you kept going no matter what. So if you just stop, that's the excuse. You be like, well, I stopped because this white man told me I couldn't.
See,
so you gonna let another man tell
That's
you?
that's the excuse.
that
So as
is-
a man, as a man or woman or as a person, right? Keep it going. So you're gonna let somebody else tell you what you can and can't do. That's what I'm saying. That's the excuse. Letting somebody else tell you what you can and can't do is the excuse. But the fact that you don't do something on your own, that's your own bearings. But if you actually have dedication and you work towards doing something, and you actually have a little bit of traction on you, get into the parts that you meet, and then you just stop. This is what I'm talking about. I'm not saying like you just not trying nothing at all. And you like, well, I'm not gonna try to go do this business. I'm not gonna try to get this loan just because I know when I walk in, this white man gonna tell me this. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about you just like I said, you trying something and you just getting denied. Keep fighting for it. But if you're not gonna do something because you have the fear of being denied, that's the part I was talking about.
Oh, I thought you was talking about like there's a systematic oppression with us, like
That's
you
what I'm saying.
said.
So that's the fear that people say they just not gonna do anything because they have the fear of being denied off the top.
Oh,
That's what I'm
okay.
saying.
I think you talk about like it's an actual
No,
system.
so
I'm like,
that's what I'm saying. That's the excuse.
Yeah.
You're not doing something at
Yeah.
all
okay.
because you have a fear of, okay, this white man's gonna tell me this or this Latino. It don't matter what the fuck race
I
is.
say, it don't
You're
even
just
matter.
not doing whatever the fuck you want to do
Yeah.
because you have a fear that somebody's gonna tell you no.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. So it's not that you feel me. It's not like you trying something. You like, well, I tried it, gave up, like my hands, fuck it. You feel me? No, it's you don't do it because you already have the fear of not, or because you already have the fear of denial.
But who put that fear in you though? Do it come from your parents? Do it come from school? Where that fear really come from?
That's the part. I'm gonna say so how we brought it in with this episode. It all depends on how you were brought up. Everybody has their own. Everybody has that one trigger to them that are like, nah, I'm not gonna do this because of this. So right, your parents could have told you no, and you like, nah, I'm not gonna do this because my parents told me no. Or you could have been, you went to school, you tried to do something, they told you no, and you got in trouble. Or it's like you got older, you tried to do something, and then it didn't work out, and you just kind of gave up because you never really had that encouragement afterwards, or whatever the fuck you wanted. But it's so who's telling you no? I don't know. It all depends on the person.
You telling yourself no.
Yeah,
In real reality.
I think sometimes it be the people around you that make you fear certain stuff. It just be it's not your mom. It's none of that. It's the people you're around. So shit, if you're not gonna do it, I ain't gonna do it. Who gonna be the one that's gonna go do it then?
Because honestly, bro, the average parent only gonna be around the kids maybe 4 to 6 hours. They at work all day. You at school.
That's true.
You do.
Spend most of your time gone.
Let's say you in latchkey. Let's say you in sports. Like it's only so much a parent can do for real. You know where most of your environment gonna be at school, where you learn your friends, your teachers, the staff. That's where you gonna learn all this stuff from. So, but that's up to your parent to put you in a right place for where you can really thrive. And a lot of these parents not doing that.
Yeah.
Like, how many parents really look at what the school is teaching them? Honestly, like who really look at the curriculum? Like on the real, like who really look at the curriculum?
And I ain't gonna lie.
I don't know.
My son only 5, and I've been paying more attention forcefully because he get a lot of phone calls home. But I think about it.
He be in there bullying kids.
No, but you think about the fact that he's 5. So put yourself in a school where you got 25 5-year-olds in one class, and you trying to teach this lesson, but they're 5. You may have a handful that's probably gonna sit there, and then you got the other hand who all their attention span is short as hell. So
that's why they invented.
I'm listening to the frustration of the teacher and them yelling in the background. Like they not really teaching these kids. They forcing the curricular on them. If they don't get it, they trying to take them, but they gonna leave his ass behind. And that's what it is. And now I'm more so like, damn, I ain't really want to front on like going to school in the city, but now I'm really thinking about taking my son across 8 Mile and me starting to look at these other schools because she just talking. She just telling you, divide, subtract, multiply these numbers. Do it in 5 minutes. But I noticing the curriculum already in the school system, and it got me kind of wanting to take my son across 8 Mile because I don't really like what I see, and it's kind of like he 5, and it's like if I catch this shit now, because it's too many. Like I know kids, your mama just send you to school and wait on you to come home. I don't give a damn what you did inside them 8 hours. You was gone. You about to go again in the morning, and then when the weekend over, you're going again on Monday. And then I asked you questions. They probably making sure you get your homework. But now I'm looking at it more so like, no, he got to get out of there. It's not about to happen. Not this girl. Because it's like, I had a teacher basically tell me today wasn't her day. And I'm like,
what?
What the hell does that have to do with me? Like,
First of all, like, this your job.
I'm taking time off work to answer the phone. And this what you call? Like, no,
this your job. This your job.
I'm not about to yell at my son because you're not having a good day. It's not my fault.
I want to say like how we used to go home. We like we from like.
What I want to say.
That's like we high.
Hold on, before we change it, I want to say this because I just read this shit before I got here. They only graduate 33% of black males out of the city any fucking way, and it's only
at what age? So elementary, high school. And
it's only 47% at a national rate, and I want to say out of that 30 in the city, 20. I think they say. What the fuck they say about DPS schools? We on like the 20 percentile. Basically, it's fucked up. And it's fucked up over the world, but it's just like, damn, like, we graduate 33% here. 47% in the nation of black men. Like, that shit is crazy as fuck. Like, maybe 47, depending on maybe if I look and see and compare it to the women's or some shit. because that's close to half, but
Yeah.
it's still low for real.
So who is the onus on, you think? Is it the school or is it the parents?
You saying who's
Yeah, who fault is it? The
I'm
school
gonna
or the
take a
parents?
50-50 blame because, yeah, you got your fuck ups at school that's about to go disrupt the class, ain't about to listen, make it hard for other students to learn. Then on the other side, you got your teachers in the school system where shit, we've seen it. You got niggas in there that's trying to steal money, come up on a personal gain, not give.
But I say the other line to that is, you got to think. All right, so let's play this. Think about how many people we graduated from school with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good kids. Now they want to be gangsters, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you could have had those good kids in school, came from a good home, and still kind of disrupt the class.
Mm-hmm.
So would you say that's on the parents? Because the parents are doing everything they can, right? So would that be on the school because they're not controlling his kid? Because he feel like he want to be who he want to be?
I mean,
That's the problem.
as a parent, you're supposed to be a parent, right? You
But if I'm
supposed
doing
to.
everything I can, right? If I'm legit in your life, I'm telling you right from wrong. You feel me? I'm contrasting you to be this good adult, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you're not in my supervision, you go to this place, you go up, act the asshole,
Mm-hmm.
and now, so is that the school or the parent or that kid?
What age range are we talking about?
I thought we was talking about high school.
So high school, right? We understand how toxic high school can be, especially for young women and men.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can't have control over your kid. Like, you can only do so much as a parent. But let's be real. The average parent's not really doing nothing. They're not asking their kid. They just sending them to school and you coming back. They ain't asking them nothing. They ain't telling them.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them don't even do chores. So you expect them to go to school and be disciplined?
That's true. That's true.
Like we putting too much on these teachers. They want the teachers to be the mama, the daddy, the discipline. No, teach your kids something. Like, okay, they got homework. Help your kid out. But guess what? Most of these goddamn parents only got a 3rd grade education level. So we gotta stop blaming on the teachers, man. Teachers only supposed to teach, man. Like, cause one thing you don't want, what's about to happen, is your kid getting taught something that you ain't teaching, and that's about to happen.
I was like, well,
when I say real soon,
yeah, I was like,
real soon.
Yeah, especially with this.
Not even real soon today.
I was like, especially with this whole, like the gender shit. That's definitely
yeah. So and get
but either way,
that.
not to bring that in because they ain't where we at.
Yeah, we can't.
They ain't where we at.
Oh, I know that's where I'm at. No, that's where I'm at.
You climb your tree how you climb your tree.
That's where I'm at.
We gonna sit down here at the park.
Hey,
So you climb your tree how you climb your tree.
If y'all want to talk about it, we can talk about it later.
Let me tell y'all. I'm about to tell y'all a little something. So when high school, so this is what I discovered with high school. That's how I ended up getting a 3.6.
Smart ass.
I understood that it was like we got A, B, C, and F. It's just like, what the fuck is them letters? First off,
You talking about for the grades?
for the grades, what is that?
Okay.
So I learned this, the formula. It's just all this shit was copy and paste, bro.
Mm-hmm.
All this shit was just copying out of the book. That's all you had to do. When it came to college, though, bro, I had 2 semesters to graduate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I went in for biomed, and I was in there, and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, I'm in the class, like, what is this that I'm learning? So I ended up switching my major to business, and I'm in business class. They're teaching me business stuff, right? And I'm outside, I'm trying to learn some other stuff. So one day, I'm like, I went to all my professors, I'm like, what business you on? Every professor told me I ain't own a business. I'm like, I'm out of here. What am I school for? You about to teach me something that you not doing.
That you not really
That you not doing.
You're not really engaged. And like, this is an extra check to you. So like, you don't have no real interest into actually teaching you some shit. So yeah, I feel that. But because a lot of people be like that. They only do so. Like I just said, I can find some shit on Indeed. I could be a substitute teacher. I can teach kids whatever the fuck I feel like. I don't care because it's a check.
Yeah, but going back to
I didn't mean to cut you off, but I got where you was going.
We're not college professors. You gotta have. They ain't doing that in college.
I mean, yeah, but at the same, but do they care? Because they can teach you the bare minimum. They can teach you the bare minimum.
I mean, all they gotta do is just teach you the curriculum.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying it's extra things. So college is supposed to be the next step in order to teach you how to get this American dream.
How to work for somebody else.
But that's why they call it internships. That's why it's called other groups.
But you're still being taught things at a bare minimum.
But going back,
but You don't even know what you want to do in college. You gotta go seek it, right?
What you mean?
You
So
gotta,
I'm gonna say people sign up with majors. They know what they want to do.
They gonna change.
no, you know what I mean.
I'm saying you can't change, but I'm saying
people change.
I'm just saying. But so even if you don't change, but I'm saying it's still people who know what they want to do. Whether or not they follow through with it or not, they still can. They can get a degree in whatever they wanted to do and not follow through with it, or follow through with it and just not find the place that was, what that degree was meant for. So you can. So let's say you study engineering. You go in, you get a degree, you graduate engineering. You got a bachelor's in engineering. You might not end up with an engineering degree. With an engineering job. Mm-hmm. But you have the certain criteria to meet. Yeah. So I'm saying so.
Yeah, I don't think it's no purpose to that. It's no purpose in college only because right now Trump passed something where skills is above a college degree. And going back to the point when we started with the middle school and elementary, listen, they're teaching a system that's been created for so long ago. Like, what are you teaching me? Like, why am I learning this? What's the purpose of me doing, what class we have? We had, what was the math class we had?
Calculus
in high school.
Calculus
and all that stuff.
Trigonometry, algebra.
Y'all tell me, what is that shit? It's just like, what is that teaching me? Like,
I did it before.
You ain't taught me nothing.
You say, what have you used?
It's a lot of numbers.
It's a lot of numbers. You ain't taught me shit about money. I need to know how to do money.
But that was so to learn about money. That was on civics, and they didn't teach you that. They didn't teach you nothing. That was a civics thing. So I understand. You feel me? Like, when you look at math, it's about the money.
It's crazy.
But that was a civics because that's economics. That's economics. That's a civics thing. Mm-hmm. But nobody taught us that.
But then they send a naked student or kid to college and expect him to know a lot of stuff about money and everything.
And that's what I said on the episode not too long ago. Back when my older siblings was in school, it seemed like they better prepared you for life outside of the curricular, because you had Votech, you had woodshop, you had home ec, you had sex education. If you just take a look back at school and the adults, once they graduate and the shit that go on in high school, how that shit is vital, because people having babies in high school. A lot of people don't have proper sexual education. Niggas is just out here
parents in high school
having sex. It's just that. Back in the day, they was teaching you that shit. And then you might have a mama who ain't have fucking sex ed neither. Or a daddy. Where you just doing that shit. So I had asked them, because we 10 years removed out of high school. I know y'all was last year. We 10 now. But that shit ain't what the fuck. 4 years didn't help me with shit. When I went to school, I was really pissed. There was people mad at me I didn't go to school. I was mad y'all pushed me to go to school. Because first of all, I'm luckily not in deep fucking college debt. But I went off to school with the idea that I was going off to school. That was it. Not the fucking educational background. My parents didn't know what the fuck. They just knew they had to drop me off at this date. Not knowing shit about financial aid. Like,
none of that stuff.
None of that shit. So, in these high schools, they need to bring back real life shit in there. Like, Votech, like you say, Trump doing more with skills is better than education.
So that's all I'm saying. It's just one school.
In high school, they should have been pushing.
It's a school.
They should have been pushing skills trades.
When I seen the video, it was not a black kid. My fault. Go ahead.
You can attest to this too. Everybody went to high school. We went to high school with some talented motherfuckers that have skills outside of education. If they would have just pushed more so of taking a skills trade and maybe do a class or two in there.
That's it. Yeah.
The success rate of the people we went to school
with, they
would
was
be
definitely
so
more
fucking
fixed
high,
on just people going to college.
Because they would have been younger, beating this shit in your head. Like, once I graduated, my dad was like, and then I came home from school, he was like, hey, take a skills trade.
I
didn't think about the fact that should have been said that shit.
I remember it was, so for me personally, me being who I was in school. So it was, they was like, man, no, you need to figure out something so that way you can graduate. You feel me? Ended up meeting the bare minimum curriculum, criteria, so that way I can graduate. Then it's like, no, now you need to apply for a college. I'm like, I don't want to go to college. They're like, no, you need to apply for a college in order to graduate. That was one of the criteria for our school. I was like, all right, cool. I'll apply anywhere. I ended up getting to a school. School wasn't really shit. You feel me? I treated it the same. You feel me? I went there. I treated it the same way I was in high school. Yeah. Same way. Because it was nothing challenging me. It wasn't nothing I was really learning. It was just, I was there. And plus, So a lot of people, what he was saying, a lot of people go to school for different reasons. I went to school because of my grandma. I didn't want to go to college at all. My grandma wanted me to go to college. Mm-hmm. That's the only reason I went. She died, I left. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to go there at all. Mm-hmm. So, all right. So what I was about to say was, but because that even I said something, so it kind of took me in. But so what I was about to say was the criteria that you have to meet and the criteria that you have in order to be certain. So they put a certain level of expertise, expectance on you to meet, and then let's say you knew that you wanted to be who you was, right? You knew who you wanted to be who you was, right? You knew who you wanted to be who you was. But in order to leave this building, you have to be who we want you to be.
That's some real shit.
High school was never guided to actually teach you to be who you want to be. It was always placed for you to be in a system.
Yeah.
Honestly, bro, like I think people get school and real life mixed up, bro. School is just a stepping stone for you to find out what your purpose is in life. Like,
if you don't know who you are, then who I mean,
bro, like I ain't know
teach you who you are.
That's what I'm saying. So, but I'm saying if you don't know who you are, and then you don't got nobody teaching you who you are. So, like, if you grew up in the hood, you got OGs, right? You got OGs. Now, I'm not saying they're the best people in the world, but you got somebody that's still in a guidance for you.
I got a better question for you. At your age right now, do you know who you are?
Do I know who I am?
10 years removed from school, that shit over.
To be honest with you, I actually know who I am.
To be honest with you, know who you are.
Yeah, and so it might sound arrogant.
No, it's not, though.
I actually know who I am.
Everybody got different life experiences.
I know who I am.
Okay, but school put you in a position to help you know who you are. Like, think about this, bro.
Yeah.
School made me know who I wasn't. School made me know who I wasn't.
Listen, school is really a stepping stone to find out who you really want to be. Mm-hmm. School is supposed to, okay, a lot of us, man, we were just having this conversation outside. Mm-hmm. A lot of us, man, really don't like the jobs we have.
Mm-hmm. But it's something
we got to do, right? Mm-hmm. Think about that in school. It's something you have to do. Mm-hmm. Like, if you don't go to school, guess what? You're going to be a dumbass still with a third grade mind.
I mean, kind of, but not really. Because so statistics are that if you drop out, you just dumbass or whatever. But a lot of people who was actually millionaires or multimillionaires dropped out of school. Mm-hmm. It's more millionaires who dropped out of school than people who graduated.
Well, you don't need a degree. You don't need a degree. You don't really need that school shit for nothing.
No, I'm not saying like that degree-wise, but I'm saying for school.
No, in school in general, it's like I'm thinking about for my kid, homeschool or something like.
I talked about that too.
It's to the point where what am I even learning? Like, what are you teaching them? Like, when we talk about going to school, it's like you put your child in somebody else's hands to teach them something that they don't really even know, something they don't even understand. And school is nothing but a nonprofit anyway. Mm-hmm. And people just, like you said, they just steal money and you're not really teaching. Like, what are you really teaching? What type of skills do you feel like you developed in school growing up?
Outside of people skills.
I'm outside just personality stuff. Because outside of just meeting people from different neighborhoods that I probably wouldn't have met or went to or anything like that, just dealing with different people, I really ain't learned nothing. Everything I know, I learned myself. Mm-hmm. School really ain't do too much for me.
I think you're right. It is at a certain.
But at the same time, I'm not saying school isn't a good thing. I'm not gonna say that people shouldn't go to school. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying for me personally, everything I know, I learned on my own. I learned on my own or like somebody in the streets taught. So it's never anything school wise that I didn't really. The only thing that school really taught me was how to function with different people that I don't know. How to function with different backgrounds. That's all it taught me for me personally. So if you got a different experience, that's your different experience. But me personally, all I got was how to deal with people skills.
Parents need to see what type of leader who is the leader in that classroom? Who are they as a person? Mm-hmm. Like, you gotta watch who leading your kid by any means.
But my whole thing is hold the parents more accountable. I mean,
I'm not saying that's not wrong.
We the ones that pick the curriculum. Before you send your kid to school,
mm-hmm.
you can go get a printout of everything they teaching at that school. Yeah. How many parents really?
ABC Mouse? You can send a kid on ABC Mouse before you send them to school.
You can literally do that. You think parents do that?
No.
So if you send
ABC Mouse though.
Yeah. So if you're sending your kid to a school or environment that's not going to help them succeed, guess what? More than likely, they're not going to succeed.
Hey, listen, school, they mess around there in school. This is what they do. They tell you that you got ADHD. They'll tell you need to go in the resource room.
Mm-hmm.
They'll tell you that you got special needs. It's just be like, bro, what are you putting on me right now?
And
but guess why they're doing that? That's a check. And guess what? Who want the check? The people that live in the ghetto, right? People that ain't, got that type of money. Because guess what? They get a check for them.
So to me, that sounds like if you got teachers that live in the ghetto and they teaching people who live in the ghetto.
No, I ain't talking about
that. That's what it sounds like.
I ain't saying the teachers that live in the ghetto.
That's what it sounds like.
I said the parents.
How much do teachers make? So you think they don't live in the ghetto?
I mean, they might do.
So I'm saying, so the way you're making it sound is like if you got people who live in the ghetto and they teaching people who live in the ghetto also.
I don't know no teacher that live in the digs. You?
Yes.
Teachers
live in the hood. They don't.
No. Do you know teachers that live in the digs?
In the digs, yes. I know one. I'm not gonna say I know a vast majority of the motherfuckers, but I know one.
Okay, you know teachers that live in Dexter, live on Dexter.
I don't really conversate with people on Dexter.
You do, right?
Teachers probably live in
But guess what? Them are good houses, right? It don't matter. Them good houses, right?
Yeah, Dexter.
I guess.
Where here?
All the houses around here are really.
I'm gonna say what we talking about, because you can have. So let's put it like this: you can put a block. So for the Jeffrey projects used to be one of the roughest projects around.
Mm-hmm.
Renovated the whole spot, but if you move down, there's still some vacant houses and still people that live there and they're still stuck in the ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
So you can say Jeffries and be like, it's people that live good in Jeffries, but you got people that down the block, literally a block down, that's fucked up. So what are we talking about? What's the dynamic? What are we talking about?
So most teachers don't live in the hood, bro. Most teachers don't live.
Most teachers
don't live in. But I should say poverty neighborhoods.
So, but they live in a block away from where they can die or get robbed. That's not a fact. So even let's say they don't. More likely they live in a block to where they can either get killed or robbed. A block away from where either they can get killed or robbed. Cause you acting like they just out here making $100,000 a year.
Oh, no, I ain't saying.
They ain't living like that. Teachers ain't living like that. I mean, teachers are people from the ghetto teaching other people in the ghetto.
Dude, I lived on a block. The block I live on was Longfellow. 2 blocks away is Atkinson. Mm-hmm. 2 blocks away from there is Edison. Mm-hmm. Them are 2 good blocks that most hood people don't even go on them blocks because guess what? It's a lot of policemen that live around there.
Okay.
Teachers, stuff like that. I mean, you could be in. You lived in the hood, just like Dexter and all that, right? But guess what? It's certain streets on Dexter that hood people don't go to because guess what? They know cops will be there.
I'll put it like this: just because you light a fire in your house, don't mean the one next to you ain't gonna catch on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mean shit. It don't matter where you at. Just because you go in your house, smoke a cigar, smoke a cigarette, whatever, you light a match, you got a gas. Your gas tool might be gone. You spark that bitch, your shit might blow up. Somebody next door probably same problem. Don't mean they shit not gonna blow up.
Mm-hmm.
You know where I'm going? So it's the fact. So the fact that you trying to say that your one block was surrounded around this, apparently the ghetto was surrounded by the ghetto. Just because your block was good, don't mean everybody else was living good.
That is the ghetto. In every ghetto block, every neighborhood.
I understand that.
It's about. First of all, Highland Park was a suburb, so you take that back. But you still got, it's about 2, 3, maybe. Man, I'm gonna dedicate a whole side. It's a whole side of Highland Park where it's gonna be mayor, city council.
I'm saying it's always like that.
Farmer Park.
I'm saying,
but it don't matter because
the best part of the east side might be Outer Drive. Might be.
Indian village.
Might be.
But that's the same shit like
I'm
Indian. I'm saying, but you got.
I'm saying because it's a wide open street, it's less. It's robbers, but it's less robbers because it's wide open street.
I'm gonna be on the east side like that. So
I ain't gonna joke too much. I ain't gonna joke too much.
But I'm saying, so whether you go east or west,
look, though, I'm gonna put that in perspective.
that's a wide open street. You got police cars on spot, and then you got multiple witnesses because everybody come through this. It's a main traffic spot. Everybody's around here, and then you got blocks. You got neighbors across from each other and directing each other because all the houses are close.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say, I'm not saying this like a true fact that this is the best neighborhood to live in, but I would feel like Outer Job might be one of the best places.
On the east side.
Right, but it's still surrounded by the ghetto.
But
so
see,
just because shit don't happen to you don't mean it's not happening to nobody else.
But I use this as a little better example because
you're making my point though.
How?
Drive is good.
You're making my point. If I live on this good block where I know most of y'all not gonna come over here, guess what? I'm live on that good block. Cause
so we were talking about
that's like the zone.
We were talking about the teachers, right?
Yeah.
If the teachers are put in this situation, and you saying that they doing, and then you saying
that's like this block. This block is worth every house on this block is worth $100,000, but the next block is worth $20,000. The people over there in that 20 probably in poverty. The ones in 100,000 probably living okay.
So are we basically saying that due to the teachers not living in our same environment, that they don't relate to the kids? Is that what y'all saying? Because the truth is, in the neighborhood or whatever, you gonna look at the neighborhood. You gonna look at this block, but the person that live on that block is looking at where the fuck. I don't think the argument came from a standpoint of what they teaching them, because obviously everybody got their government curriculum, it's state curriculum, right? So everybody from your state curriculum, but I think the argument came from do they care enough? I think that was where it came. I think it was more so if they cared enough.
I don't think they care enough.
That's tough.
Because if you think about
I just feel like the teachers just
I was gonna say
teach
for the episode
that's just me,
for the episode, no promo, but the episode on Bel Air, right? Old girl was giving Ashley some books. She was giving her shit, but after class, she was teaching her extra shit. Do teachers care enough in order to give you some extra shit or to give you extra effort?
But what if she was giving her the wrong shit? That's why I say.
I'm saying that can be valid, but it's still the fact that she took her time and she actually came and she was asking her about writing papers and asking her about how the book was. Like she was actually going over the shit with her. So what I'm saying was she did it after the class. So do enough teachers care to actually have a tutoring area, a mentorship, or just give you some shit where they just go back to you and then they just like, well, what did you learn? What did you learn?
Well, for me personally, I just want them to teach the curriculum, and if they need extra help, teach that.
The kid or the student? I mean, the kid or the teacher?
The teacher to teach the
if they need help?
If they need help, teach them curriculum. Don't teach my kid nothing else outside, because you might teach them something I'm not going to approve.
But
and your kid is interested.
How do you approve? But you approve for them to teach some bullshit though,
because you don't know what they teach.
The thing is, again, go back to leadership. It's just like you want them to learn the stuff that's exactly in the book. You want them to learn. Okay, learn slavery. You gotta sit here and learn this. Don't. Now you teach my kid that he might think that he's still enslaved. He might think that he is a slave to this day. Like, tell him that he's not a slave no more. Tell him that that system don't work. He's not in that no more. Like, level his mind up a little bit. Teachers don't do that.
But that's
if you have control over a whole bunch of kids, you're supposed to go above and beyond, regardless. You to the point where you got control of niggas.
I was like, all right, so
only because
you got control of kids.
So let's play this for a transition of what this conversation is. Both of y'all made something of yourselves, right?
Yeah.
What has school done for you to give you where you at, and then also speak on where you are at, and then the same for you? Whoever can talk first, But that's my question. What has school done for you to put you where you at, and then are you satisfied where you at?
I ain't satisfied where I'm at because of the decision I made personally.
Okay.
School ain't got school is only there to teach you, like I said, the curriculum.
Mm-hmm.
And it's supposed to show who is going to be the leaders, like who is going to be more interested in trying to find the next solution in life. For me personally.
And with that, has that had a toll on your mental, on your health, on your mental health? Has that had a toll on your mental health? Have you been? I know because you say you're not satisfied where you at, right? Mm-hmm. So, has it been every day that you like, man, I fucked up. Mm-hmm. I probably could have never did that, and I probably would have been better. Mm-hmm. Or do you feel like you might be in the same situation, regardless, but whether you did or did not fuck up, do you feel in your mental health that you are who you supposed to be?
That's who I'm supposed to be, like right now?
Yeah, I'm just, your own personal experience, your own personal feeling.
Oh, I think I'm supposed to be exactly where I'm supposed to be right now.
I like that. Because I'm like, nobody know where they're going to be at, except for what they work for. Right? Yeah, but even if you work for something, you're still not going to be right. But I like that. But still, I want you to elaborate on it because it's an uncommon thing for us to express our own feelings of where we are in our mental. Because you work hard, you work hard, you work hard, I work hard, they work hard. You feel me? So, like, everybody in this room works hard in order to have something. But have we got what we wanted? And then when we get what we want, where's the satisfaction? And then am I supposed to work harder? Because now, let's say you make $1 million. Because the goal for most of us is always $1 million. Make $1 million. Are you happy when you make that $1 million? And then you still got to, now you got a family to take care of. Can this $1 million take care of this family? Can this $1 million take care of the things that you want, that you worked hard for? So where's the satisfaction going to end?
I don't think you'll ever be satisfied. I be saying progress equals happiness. You got to think about, you got to keep progressing. Like, if you don't keep progressing, it's no happiness. So I was like, I need to make 100,000. I need to make 100,000. I made 100,000, and I was the most depressed I've ever been. It was just like, you make 100,000, now you got more problems. Now your bills is more expensive. Now you got just more and more problems. It's not money. It's just like, are you fulfilling who you are? Like, I talk about impact. It's not about money. It's like, how can I impact people in general? But money doesn't mean anything. Like, when you get the money, sometimes you be asking God. That's what we tell people. Like, everybody talk about this God stuff. It's just like, I believe in God, but it's like, are you ready for the blessing? Like, are you prepared for the blessing on the other? A lot of people not prepared for it. You want $1 million, but are you prepared mentally for it?
I mean, it made me feel like, honestly, it could show you who gonna be the leaders in the school or not. Mm-hmm. Honestly, like.
What do you mean by? You talking about student, like the student body?
The actual student. You don't even got to be in the actual student body. It's when we was in high school, we ran to school. We ain't give a fuck about who was in the student body and bro. I don't remember who was our presidents and none of that, bro. But
nigga do. But that nigga still mad that he was not better than his order. That nigga do. I'm gonna tell you straight up, that nigga do. Yeah, like, so if you need history, that nigga know. Yeah, like, that nigga know.
Like we didn't care who we ran that school, bro. Like yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. Me and my guys, we ran that school. I don't care what nobody said, but it showed us like who gonna be the leaders. Like if we wasn't taking academics as serious and all that, the school probably would have lacked in academics. But because the basketball team getting 3.0, I was like, damn, not everybody got to get in and get 3.0. Like, it show you who's going to elevate and who's not.
Side comment on that. It's really fucked up the fact that school was based off y'all. Because when by the time y'all left,
we wouldn't have had a football team, but we didn't have a basketball team.
That shit was based off that.
That's what I'm saying. We would have never had a football team if we never had a basketball team. Because we always had a basketball team as an elementary. Mm-hmm. We never had no other team. Not a track, not a soccer, not a football, not nothing. Then once we got to the high school, we ended up having all these other sports. Yeah. You know, so we would never had shit if it wasn't for a basketball team.
I mean, yeah, but the school was.
But the fact that I get what you're saying, but the fact is that the fact that the basketball team was on their shit academically is what excelled everything else.
Yeah, if I'm slacking on bullshit, guess what he gonna be?
Somebody gonna be on your ass. Hey, bro, no, I'm trying to play today. I'm trying to play today. Or you fucked up. I'm trying to play today.
I was a captain. And I might have been on bullshit. He might see me in the hallway like, man, take your ass to class, man. What you doing? I'm like, man, you fucking right. I'm on some bullshit, on some loose ass shit. But yeah, but that's holding another person accountable as well. Like, first you gotta hold yourself accountable first. That's something I was doing a lot. Then I lost track.
Yourself accountable?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I lost sight of that just in regular life and, trying to make other people happy, but really making you happy is, don't get me wrong, I like making other people happy because, they like being around my vibes and all that, but if that's going to take away from me, fuck that.
Making other people happy is going to take away from you every time.
Every time.
I don't give a fuck if you feel like you just a giving person. Making somebody else happy is gonna take away from you every time.
Yeah. Like it's not your job to make somebody happy. You better come into whatever relationship. I don't care if it's boyfriend, girlfriend, friendship, whatever. You gotta come in because we all got some type of trauma. Mm-hmm. We all do. That's something we always gonna grow up with. But you gotta come in as whole as possible. So it's not my job to fix you. So it's not.
So is that what you learned for your certification where you at? Mm-hmm. In life that I'm saying, is that a part that you learned that you won?
For sure. For sure.
Okay.
I had the whole accountability always been number one.
So that's kind of one thing you learned from your schooling system. Because that was one of the main things that we were talking about, right?
Most definitely.
So what about you?
So for me, read the question again. This
so the question was, are you satisfied with who you are and do you know who you are off of I think I stretched out the question, but it was, are you satisfied with who you are and where you are based off of schooling and then also just off your own ambitions?
I think I'm satisfied with who I am. I think school, I don't have no regrets. I don't live with regrets. I feel like school did build me. It taught me discipline, somewhat. Taught you gotta get up in the morning. You gotta go to somewhere and learn. It taught me that. It taught me to be a student, so I'm a student of life. I think I'm satisfied with who I am. I think it's the school was something. It challenged me. It challenged me to kind of like understand the system, knowing that I was in the system. So when it came to grades and like schooling, it was just like, shit. I remember telling the principal, Miss Murray, I'm like, man, I ain't learning nothing in here. I got 3.6, I ain't learning nothing.
Smart ass.
And it didn't even about being smart. It's just learning the system.
I was just saying, every time somebody tells me something above a 2.2, I just feel like they're smart. I never had nothing above a 2.2, so I'm not saying nothing against you, but
one thing I did learn, though, it taught me script, though. I learned, like, growing up, like, shit, I was going through a lot outside of school and then even in school, but it's just, it built me. Like, it's just like, shit, when I have problems right now, it's like, shit, I done been through that shit. This ain't nothing.
This ain't nothing. I've been through worse. I'd rather
not even go through that shit again. And then my pops died when I was 14. Okay. So when you talk about being a man in the crib, it's like, shit, I understand you on that. School was like
a little different.
School helped me not being in the streets, though. It stopped me from being in the streets. It's like, I got a lot of respect in my hood because it was like,
you was that nigga they wanted to see.
I was just a hooping nigga. It was like
you was that nigga they wanted to see. Yeah. I would say that's normally how it goes. So, like, you feel me? It's like when you got a lot of people that's doing bad, they be like, no, this nigga got something. Yeah. We try not to corrupt this nigga. Like, and plus he focused.
I was being myself. Most people don't be being. They don't be themselves.
You wasn't on bullshit while you was trying to do what you had to do. You wasn't on. So if you was on bullshit,
I still was on bullshit.
I mean, but what I mean by that is like, so we seen you hooping, or we seen you going to school. But you wasn't bullshit. You wasn't trying to like dip and dabble into what our life was, like how we wanted like how we had it. We didn't want to give that to you off the like a forefront platter type shit. But we seen the potential in you. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So
like niggas like in the hood, niggas would be like, "You want me to show you how to shoot dice?" I'm good. I'll be around though.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying you would. But you weren't dipping. That's what I mean by the dip and dabble. Like you wouldn't fuck your own self over in order to appease somebody else.
I was just telling somebody,
and that's what they respected.
I was just telling somebody this other day, like, you got choices, bro. Like, everybody got a choice to make. Like, if you want to follow, I'm one of them niggas. Like, you might be my man. He might, bro. I want to go slap that nigga. It's like, okay, go slap. That's on you. Like, right now, I'm not going down because of you. Like, I don't know. Most people getting all this stuff confused today. It's just like, I gotta ride with my man. I gotta do exactly what he want me to do it.
I want to speak.
I had a cold work. Dang, had a cold work. A lot of niggas don't realize cold work.
When people talk about, I'm gonna talk about credit pretty soon, but and money. But it's just like, shit, if you choose to go spend $1,000 on your outfit and you ain't got a bank account, shit, don't do that. What you do? I don't know what you
It's
doing.
what you want to do, but what you doing? It's what you want to do, but what you doing?
That's a decision to make.
Yeah, it's what you want. It's what you doing, but what you doing?
That's cool.
What you doing?
I want to attest to that because I'm the same from my neighborhood. You do got choices, and a lot of people live to be accepted, especially when you grow up. I grew up seeing niggas doing shit I knew they wasn't. I to this day still see niggas
Like supposed to do?
that.
Like you said they weren't supposed to do?
It's far away from who you really are as a person. A lot of people do a lot of things now for acceptance. Like attention and acceptance. Like attention is the worst shit ever right now. That's what everybody's like a drug. It's what everybody living for. Attention.
In the hood though, I think the dumbest thing right now is like, bro, it's not cool being put on a shirt. It's not cool going to jail. Like,
I want to speak on that too.
Like, it's not. That shit is not silly.
I think, and I hate to sound like this, but it's the fucking truth. The problem right now is the music. It's what's being glorified. And I've heard niggas, I've heard the kids say the wildest stuff, and it's just like, and when I thought about it, I'm like, damn, it's really the music. Cause
for sure.
But at the same time, it's always been like that though. I'm gonna say
I'm about to say
new
that
generation.
because when we was in high school,
it's been like that with us.
When we was in high school, but they was talking about hustling, getting money, getting fresh, getting
now,
females.
I mean, hey, I get where you going.
You did have a small.
They trying to sell dope and use the dope at the same time.
Yeah, it's like
now,
right. It's like exactly,
so
exactly. In the '80s, like back in the day, they were selling dope. Now, honestly, we got junkies that fucking famous rappers, niggas falling asleep and making vlogs about it, thinking it's funny when it's embarrassing. Like it's really like, bro, y'all niggas.
Bro, it ain't never been cool to be.
But you know what's crazy?
It ain't never been cool to be no famous.
And you know how? Okay.
But now they make you feel now the shit cool. It's
but
cool
at the end
to
of
be
the day,
famous.
it's also popular. It's also what the kids want to do. It's also what they think is cool. It's also where you'll see a kid double cup a cup and he drinking juice because in a video when you double
like
cup
he
you
on
drinking
something.
lean,
Yeah.
it's like, and I be looking at that shit like, damn, like
That's
it's
one
really
of the
the
things.
music.
That's one of that part that is the perception. It's the perception of it. And so the original thing of this episode was the expectations and expression. So what that is, the expectation of that is, I'm a rapper. I'm supposed to be drunk. I'm supposed to be high. I'm supposed to sell dope. I'm supposed to kill me. You feel me? All that, that's the expectation. So don't gotta be all that shit to be a rapper. Will Smith had no curse lyrics in none of his albums. This nigga was out here big with it. You feel me? This nigga out here, you feel me? Well, I'm going back to Miami and shit. You got Biggie, I'm going back to Cali talking about killing niggas, but you got Will Smith going to Miami about to have a good ass time.
But I mean, even to this day, it's still different genres of music. We talk about that.
But I'm saying that's the same genre. That's still hip hop. That's still hip hop.
Yeah,
it's still rap. It's still hip hop and rap.
That's being pushed. Even the niggas that's getting off their couch and going in the studio, they rapping about ops. They rapping about killing niggas. Like the environment right now and what niggas think is okay is because of what's out here. And I'm probably getting a little bit off topic, but basically what I'm saying is if you a human being, bro, you grow up in a neighborhood, you got your own choices where when you go outside. Don't go out there and think that, oh, bro, now they about to go jump a crackhead. Because that's the type of shit I grew up around. You got niggas that's about to leave the block because it's dark and they about to go jump crackhead. So, me, I'm going to the crib.
I say, you're not off topic. Because,
like, no, what I'm saying is,
I'm saying what you're saying is the expectation of what it is.
Yeah, when you live in an environment of fucked up shit where you know niggas that's selling drugs, niggas that's killing niggas, and then you got the nigga who you just that's why, and as I get older and as I grow apart from people, now I be like, damn, nigga. Because I got niggas that's close to me that's not here no more. And I could have easily did what they did because they was welcoming to me being with them. But it's just like, I really take pride in having a mind of my own. And as I'm close to 30, I'm looking at it like, damn, nigga, you really, yeah, niggas close to 30. Yeah, that's the sad shit.
Next year for me. I'll turn 29 next week.
I got 2 years.
I'll be 29 this year. But no, man, it's all about being your own person. Because you can grow up around the worst people, but you got choices. And then you got the people who, like you said, that choose to live wrong life, that choose to want
that don't even have to be out
your daddy every game, you want to be out here doing this shit.
Just want to do it just cause it's so that's why I said you wasn't going. That's why I said you wasn't going off topic because it's the expectation.
It's the tequila kick in made me like I don't know.
You could, but I'm saying it's the expectation of it and so the original thing of this was expectation and expressions, right? So the expectation is you as a black man, you supposed to be this gangster thug ass nigga, right? That's the expectation.
That's the expectation. Oh,
And
I mean,
then
it's
we don't
reality versus
and then-
perception too, though.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm saying for this particular thing, the expression part of it is, I don't want to be this thug ass nigga, but we don't know how to say that. We don't know how to act the core. It's just either we do it or we don't, but we don't express it. We don't say.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's this deep welling. So even if you want to fall on the right path, right? You want to become a fucking doctor. Good for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's still something in you that you got this part where if you become a doctor, now you grow up with these niggas in the hood. It's like, hey, bro, write me a script.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's like, bro, what you want to become a doctor for, nigga? I'm making $100,000 a day doing, you feel me, selling these kids, you feel me, doing whatever the fuck. What you want to do that for? You get what I'm saying? So it's like the expectation is, nah, bro. The expectation for us is to make fast money and to be ignorant people.
That's the real shit.
That's the expectation.
But
make fast money and be ignorant. I'm not saying this is a valid thing. I'm just saying that's the expectation. As us. I'm not saying it's valid because I know it's not. Because we're more than just fast money and doing bullshit. We're more than that. We're more than that. It's a lot of talented people. It's a lot of talented people in this room.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So I know we're more than that. But that's the expectation of us. But the expression is, how do I say I'm more than a thug? Without being looked at as an angry black man, as a belligerent man, or anything, you feel me, anything in those lines. That's the expression part. The expectation is what we're supposed to be. The expression is, I'm doing it, but how do I say it?
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh, I get what you're saying. I'm just about to, say how we got here.
Okay. Don't bring up slavery.
Oh, no, I ain't bringing up slavery.
I ain't bringing up slavery.
Right.
Don't bring up slavery.
First off, I'm the last person to bring up
Don't bring up
slavery, oppression, Only people that's oppressing you is yourself at this point.
I feel that. Don't bring up slavery.
But we are the reasons we are here right now.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. During the crack 80 eras,
mm-hmm.
we made it.
Technically,
people.
I did.
Yeah.
We
Technically.
You said what?
We just figured out a way to get more money, but we didn't. They did that shit. The CIA did that shit.
How to make crack?
No,
We figured out how to make more money off of what was the product
we
given to us.
capitalize off what they put
Yeah.
in the
Okay.
So
I'm
but anyway, let's stress it out. Go where you going.
We still did some shit with
We still did some shit.
So even right there,
We
right?
still did some shit.
Even right there, right?
Uh-huh.
We knew the product code, whatever it was bad for us, right?
Okay.
We made it to our own. We made it to crack and all that. We seen what crack do. We seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Not us in particular. I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know.
Our
People.
We seen that. It was nobody to say nothing to them because guess what? We was the ones that saying they are leaders now. Oh, just because they getting a couple dollars here and there. Oh, them are leaders. And all that did, guess what? Them leaders became what? Rappers. And rappers that really in the 80s and 90s. Ice Cube wasn't no. I don't know about you. He one of my favorite rappers, but he wasn't no gamer but none of that. But guess what?
He wasn't gangbanger or drug dealer. He wasn't gangbanger or actor.
But my thing is, he made it seem like he was that.
He was an affiliate. He was an affiliate.
But
he was an affiliate. But
all I'm saying is we glorified them people to make it seem like they are our leaders. Because when the Black Panthers was around, we wasn't doing none of that. But guess what? All they took was, let's put as some people would say, they put little guns in here, they put a little coke in here, and we gonna just see them rip. We just gonna see them rip.
The spell stand up is like man dead. Sprinkle a little crack on.
Yeah.
Sprinkle a little crack on.
Yeah, like we gonna put that up.
They're like, this nigga broke in and put up pictures of himself in his house.
But we
put a little crack on.
But ain't nobody.
That shit okay.
But
I ain't mean to have my fault.
Yeah, but we could have took all that. Yeah, but we could have took all that and just had the gun just to protect ourselves. But guess what? We start using it on each other.
But at the same time, where did the guns come from?
I don't care where the guns come from. It don't matter where the guns come from. We know what a gun can do.
That's true.
If I know I shoot you, I know it's a possibility you can die.
But you got the heart for it?
You said what?
You got the heart or the stomach for it? You still got to pull that trigger. Just because you got a gun don't mean shit. You got to pull that trigger.
I'm talking about our mindset. Gotcha. We took the guns and we start oppressing ourselves rather than had a gun just to protect the people in the actual city.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? We ain't have no strong-minded people, so so like I said, we gotta take accountability for what we did. We didn't have to turn coke to crack. We didn't have to use guns on each other. But we not gonna hold them people accountable for nothing. We just gonna say, oh, you know, the CIA did this. We all talk about we got choices and all that.
At that
right?
same time,
we been
I would
talking
say
about choices.
we didn't have to. We didn't have to, but we needed to.
Why we needed to? We never
because if you getting coke from the CIA, they hold a certain number over your head, or they hold certain information over your head. You got to bring a certain number in every month, or from whatever fuck you got, whenever your re-up is, right? You got to bring a certain number in. If I'm buying just keys, I'm just selling keys. I got to tax niggas on this shit. My number might not be right the next month. So if I start selling this shit as crack, which is gonna come back faster, because now I got people coming back every day. I got one person coming back 5 times a day. Because they getting a nickel rock, they getting a 10 rock, they getting a 20 rock, they coming back 5 times a day. One person. Then I got multiple people doing that. I'm making more money on the spot outside of me just selling this one key for the CIA.
I don't think you listening to me, bro.
How?
Before we even get to selling coke and all that, we didn't have to.
But what was your resource before they dropped off in your neighborhood? Before they dropped off in your neighborhood.
But that's like when they say when the guns. That's like when they say they dropped the guns in our communities or whatever.
But
I'm not saying they did.
But I'm saying before they did that, what was your resource?
You said what was
your resource?
I mean,
there were no resources back in the day.
I mean,
because
okay. So Black Panthers ain't had no resources like that.
That's true, but
guess what?
The Black Panthers was funded by drugs. They sold heroin.
Black Panthers sold heroin.
Them niggas sold heroin.
That's something new. I ain't know that.
Them niggas sold heroin. Them niggas on the doogie.
But all it is they had a choice though. Is all I'm saying. We know what drugs can do.
But they made a choice to try to make them better. I get what you're saying. Where there's a choice.
It's a choice. Like
but
we gotta stop. We gotta stop
resources. It's not like you can just go in your backyard, dig up some oil, dig up some gold, dig up some silver, dig up some diamonds. Nigga, you get what's gonna land on you. What landed on you was cocaine and guns at that time. Bro. And that elevated shit throughout.
I hate that I even got to bring up slavery, bro. I hate that I even
got to
going to slavery. I hate that I even got to bring this up, bro. But come on now, dude. The slaves.
But is it not a not a resource?
Bro, that slaves was working for nothing, bro. Nothing. Pennies and all that, and we still wasn't hurting each other.
Yeah.
We still wasn't hurting each other, bro. So we're gonna say
that was working. And I'm gonna say they had time. They was working.
I'm about to say, but at the time, you think I'm about to pick some cotton and tell them, hey, look, I got this cotton for $25. So you want to come grab this motherfucker above me? You can't just walk up to a nigga. Hey, I got the cotton from the. If you don't pick that cotton down the block, I got this cotton down here. I done picked that motherfucker up. You feel me? I can sell it to you for it. Feel me? That's what. Drugs are. Drugs is you don't got it, I got it. I'm moving it at a price that you can't get nowhere else.
So
if I pick cotton.
So what you're saying is we start lacking discipline.
No, we found discipline within the resources that we had.
No. You just said
was we picking cotton in the 80s?
You just said, I got this cotton for $25 or whatever.
Okay, so
because we had somebody for us to say to discipline us, right? So why we couldn't keep disciplining our own once we got free?
You think the slaves didn't cut deals? Oh,
they probably did.
Slaves cut deals, nigga. Why do you think the Underground Railroad even exists? Niggas was cutting deals.
We know Harriet Tubman wasn't even a slave. She wasn't even a slave.
Harriet Tubman had a fat ass. I'm gonna say that straight up.
Harriet Tubman wasn't even. If you look at it, Harriet Tubman wasn't even.
I didn't know that.
I don't know. She wasn't even.
What you see for real? You never seen her from the front. You never seen her from the side, standing like this. You look too hard at
that whole picture, man.
Right.
That's how y'all niggas ain't in Black History.
First of all, she wasn't even watching that motherfucker, so I wasn't even thinking about it.
I didn't say I was gonna hit that. I said it was fact.
He told she wasn't even watching.
You had to go hard with that.
I didn't say I was gonna hit. Well, actually, I might have hit. But I took her into a slave house, washed her up, put her in a bag.
But
well, okay, I'm going on something. But
what I'm saying is, bro, we started lacking discipline a long time ago, bro. Like.
To be honest,
it is large. Like you really need large order.
Even if you want to say with the slavery, so we like discipline after slavery, we like discipline during slavery because we lost our own religion. we became Christians.
Mm-hmm.
Black people are not Christians.
Mm-hmm.
So we already lost our own shit. We already lost our own discipline.
But then,
so where are we going?
But,
where are we going? What are we talking about?
But did you know that with slaves, you know who the first slave owner that was over here?
Native Americans. And
No, he was a black man, right?
Native American.
It was a black man.
Shit, I don't
In
know.
16. In 16.
Fuck Kanye up over that shit. You said it. I'm sitting here.
But yeah, do you know the first slave owner was a black man over here in the States? That's a fact. So, like you said, we
know what that sound like to me?
What?
Resource. Where is you gonna get black people that's from a black person?
You said where you gonna get black people?
Where you gonna get a black person unless you get it from a black person? If you know a black person, you gonna get black people from a black person.
So
if you know people who got keys, you gonna get keys from black person.
My thing is
CIA back again.
So my thing is we lack discipline.
Put me on Snowfall.
Because
I need a sponsorship.
Like I said, we lack discipline because guess what? All that morals and characters and values that we've been talking about since earlier. All we need is a little bit of money, and
But is it lack of discipline or an urge to survive?
Discipline, bro.
Survival.
Is it survival or discipline?
It's
To
discipline.
be a survival mode of life.
I kind of want to pivot off of what we've been talking about. Well, we've been having some great conversation, but I kind of want to pivot off into now. We know both of y'all. Y'all are both
Opinionated people.
outside of opinionated, great individuals that got their own personal thing going on. And we kind of just want to tap in that. And Terry, I know we tune in with you a lot with Enlightened T, and I just kind of want you to speak on that. Like, you know, where did that come from? Where did that come? I mean, shit, we kind of see from conversations we have in here, but what made you say, like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and start recording these videos and get my input out there?
Yeah, well, like me and the brother over here was talking about, I just like to learn, bro. Like, he didn't put me here to some, and I probably get him a new perspective too. You feel?
One of the mother said, "Brother Sebastian told me." That the brother over here.
Yeah, brother over here, man. But yeah, like I just like learning, and I'm open to being wrong. Like, I'm not about to sit here and say I know everything. I'm open to it. Because a lot of people are like, nah. But one thing I am big on is accountability and choices. And them two things, a lot of people don't take responsibility in.
Definitely.
Like, every choice you made, that's because, honestly, since I've been an adult, since I've been 18, I chose the first college I wanted to go to. Chose the next college I want to go to. Chose the next college after that. Then I start picking up the bottle and start drinking, and I made bad choices. All I'm saying is we make the choices that we want to make right now. Ain't nobody holding us back, and that's my whole thing. We all know what's right from wrong. If I know I have a weapon and I shoot it, I know it's a possibility somebody can get hurt or lose their life.
Yeah. Like you ain't got no good
I mean, even if you shoot in the sky, it got to come down, right?
I mean,
eventually, it's got to come down.
Shooting the grass.
No, he's just saying, like,
I'm just bullshit when I my comment. I was bullshit.
Damn, bro, you too serious. Goddamn.
No.
they trying to give a good answer. You want to challenge him and shit.
You
Like,
remember this nigga? I'm saying, like, God,
you can have bad aim, but nigga, you can shoot in the air too. Nigga.
You can shoot in the air. Come down.
You can shoot in the air.
I know how gravity works, nigga.
But some people shoot in the air, you know, and don't think it's gonna come down.
But I'm saying, some people shoot in the air and they shoot a house and they think that shit went in the air and they hit a house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? God damn, nigga. Too serious.
No, cause I maybe I do get a little serious on this topic because it's like,
You went away getting shot?
I don't, bro. I don't, bro. Like we hurting ourselves.
This nigga Nick.
That's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, that's true, but that ain't what we're saying.
But yeah, like everybody know what's right from wrong, bro. Like
About shooting people?
in general, like I know I shouldn't come over there and hit you, bro. I know that could hurt. But even then, but I know.
You ain't about to just hit me.
Right, but as an individual, I know that though. Yeah. But as an individual, I know that though. Some people don't. Some people think they can just do whatever they want to without no consequence.
Yeah.
And
damn,
that's one thing.
There's a lot of people in the world that think that.
Yeah, and it's a certain gender.
And that's
gonna say
and that's why
who it is.
That
live life with no consequences.
Get me started this week.
They might not be the male, but you know.
When you drop your reels and your TikTok, I like it because you actually do give a good perspective on a lot of things that way people think it's supposed to happen, and then you also, I'm gonna say, but you give your perspective on like it can happen, but I'm gonna tell you how shit's actually happening.
I'm more preventative than retroactive. Like a lot of people want to do shit like once something happens. I'm trying to prevent that from happening.
I mean, you can't prevent everything though.
Yes, you can. Why you can't?
You can prevent everything.
You can prevent.
You tell me you can walk outside right now, hold your hands up, and stop global warming.
Oh, come
exactly.
on! Why we go to the extreme?
Saying,
why we go to the
everything?
Why we go to the extreme?
He want to go to the preventable.
Cool.
He go to the
cool.
Okay.
So
How about
walk
this?
outside right now. If somebody walk outside in the alley, you don't even know somebody gets shot. You gonna stop them from getting shot?
They
gonna shoot your ass too.
But why are we going to extreme?
Yeah,
I'm talking about the stuff we can. The stuff we
lost cat in the tree.
I'm talking about the
cat
stuff.
in the tree.
Okay.
You see how? Okay. Let me be realistic.
There we go. That's what I want you to
Let me be realistic.
Yeah, realistic.
Realistic.
Don't say like a broad and
realistic.
Because you can't save everybody. You can't stop everything.
I'm not talking. I'm talking about. I'm talking about the everyday thing. The everyday. Yeah, the everyday. Our everyday life. We live like.
But your statement and the way you said it, it sounds like you just want to save everybody, and you can't. You can't.
I'm not here to save everybody, but I want you to. I want to at least give you game to prevent yourself.
How? Oh, myself?
Yeah, prevent yourself from getting into certain situations.
That's different.
That's different. You feel me? Like I be telling guys, like you don't want to get caught cheating. Don't put yourself in that position.
That's true.
Come on now, you don't gotta go to that woman's house, but guess what? You did because you wanted to do it.
Or you could bring that woman to your house and you ain't cheating if you fuck the bitch with your bitch. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but that's a whole different topic. But at the end of the day, you open up Pandora's box. Because what if you bringing a chick over and all the time? You know that might be good for her. 5 years from now, what you want to bring a man to the crib?
Everybody getting shot.
But you opened the door.
I mean,
you could have shut it down. You could have not done that.
She could have shut it down. I ain't had to bring the bitch home.
Oh, she brought it home.
I'm saying,
okay, but you
so said that she okay.
But what you saying is,
I'm saying, let's say I bring a bitch home and she okay. You didn't have to okay it.
Hold on.
Down the line,
you gotta take your accountability.
No, I disagree with you.
It was an agreement. Listen, and I didn't agree to what you trying to agree to.
Listen, you said you brought the chick home, right?
It's a contract.
Listen, you said no. Let's talk about it. You brought the chick home, right?
We in a 360 deal. Walking the death row, baby.
I mean, if that's what you. All I'm saying is you opening up Pandora's box when you do that. That's all I'm saying.
Wait. Before we go too deep in this,
we still got
this nigga Nick right. We draining Cory out. We going all the way to Pandora's box.
Cool.
Bringing
now, let's bring this shit in. Expectations and expressions.
No, we gotta ask, bro. The same.
I know, but we gotta get because he ain't really even. So we've been fucking around. Yeah.
What's the question?
So now expectations and the expression for you, the expectations of what do you feel like, what was supposed to be for your life, and what did you make out of your life? That's the expectation part. And then for the expression part, the question is, do you feel like you have solitude and sanction within who you are and where you can lay your head at? That's the question.
I mean, for expectations,
that makes it good, wasn't it? I know.
Don't worry about it. The expectations, man, I got high expectations for myself. From day one, it was just like when I see the environment, what I be telling myself is it's not about the position; it's always about the mission. Mm-hmm. So it's like I never determine like, okay, if I'm down this position I'm in, it's gonna just take me out the game. Like this is it. That ain't it. It ain't never it. But I got high expectations because of where I come from. It's just like I hate people telling me I can't do something. And just in general, our community, somebody got this created this fake ceiling for us that tells us that we can't go above the ceiling. We can't become more than what we are. I don't care what my mom doing. I don't care what my family doing. Listen, if you choose to be who you are, that's your choice. That's what you want out of life. You choose to be that person. But the other question, I forgot the other question.
For them is, do you find solitude or sanction with one being who you are and where you lay your head at? Do you feel like you have? So in other words, do you feel like you have a responsibility of provision for the family that you built, and also for yourself? And then, what is the toll and the weight that holds over your shoulders for doing that?
I feel like it's
Because overall, this still is a mental health show. So
yeah.
For that,
I feel like right now I can't give myself no excuses right now. Like I feel like when it comes to family and friends and stuff, it's people that depend on me. So it's like I just don't have no time to waste. It's like I don't have time to be down on myself. Most people be down on themselves for nothing. And like I keep telling you, it's about people you're around. Like it's the people you're around that don't motivate you, that's not bringing nothing to the table. Nobody wants to lead right now. Like nobody wants to lead their family. And I can't understand how most people don't even want to be in their kids' lives right now. Like it's like you really raising.
I ain't gonna lie, you leave your kids, you a pussy.
Yeah, you leave your kids, man.
I can't even imagine. I ain't even cut you no shit like that, but I'm like that shit just you leave your kids, you a pussy. You a hoe ass nigga. You can't real shit. But these kids need you. These kids need you. These kids need you.
I mean, no.
But
Everybody do.
Keep going. I ain't
I should do this in the beginning. I want to tell. Let me tell them what I do first. So first, I want to tell you what I do. So currently right now, I got nonprofit. I got nonprofit, and I got 4 businesses. I got like 13 LLCs though. So the nonprofit is aviation. So I do aviation. I'm trying to build an aerospace facility at the Copenhagen Airport to get more people into like aviation in general, aerospace as a whole. Also, I got a few businesses. So I do credit. I do credit as well. So personal business. One thing we don't know is debt collectors and stuff. All that stuff be fake. So we be so distracted with the outside world. I try to tell people when it comes to the hood stuff, bro.
Huh? I just don't answer.
You just don't answer?
I just don't answer.
And that's the crazy part. You got more control over it.
You
can answer the phone. You supposed to when the debt collector call you, you supposed to answer the phone. Like, listen, I'm only available Tuesday. I'm only. I might give him a game though. When it comes to all this stuff, you got so much control over everything. When it comes to business, everything. So I do aviation. So right now, I broker jets, private jets. That's one thing.
I didn't mean to fuck you up, but keep going with your debt. So I'm like I was bullshitting when I was like, I just don't answer, right? But keep going with
okay, bet with the debt
collector. You're supposed to answer, right?
You're supposed to answer, and you're supposed to tell them like, I'm only available Tuesday between 12 and 1 o'clock. If they call you any other day, any other time, you can sue them for $1,000. You can sue them. Every violation is $1,000. Debt collector's not real. We can create an LLC and we can go buy somebody debt for $1 and have them pay for the whole, and they got to pay for the whole thing. That shit is not real. Debt collectors isn't real. The reason why, let's say Walmart, you get a credit card. That's my first credit card in college. It was a Walmart credit card. I maxed that shit out. They ended up sending it to something called Synchrony Bank and Midland Funding. For one, it's like you just gave my information to who? Who the hell is these companies? The reason why they sell the debt off because they don't want to make them look bad. But they sold my information. I'm like, so you just passing my shit along. And they calling me, blowing me up and stuff like that. All that shit is illegal practices. We don't know that in the community. So one thing I do want to say when it comes to and I'm really talking to y'all, we so confused on a lot when it comes to banks. That's why I do credit and stuff. When it comes to banks and stuff like that, and we talked about the drug shit earlier. So listen, a bank could give you a loan just like they get, like people in the hood give you a bag. They front you the bag, go move that shit, and bring it back, whatever. You're supposed to use the opium method, other people's money method. So they give you $10,000. How can you turn this $10,000 into $20,000? We about to loan you this money. Just pay us our money back with a little bit of interest. And if you choose to go blow it on clothes, that's the dumbest shit. They fronting you the money. They fronting you money.
Yeah.
When it comes to credit, I told people like, niggas scamming, y'all scamming, but shit, I'm doing the same thing y'all doing, but legally. Y'all going to get gift cards off the store. Listen, I'm going to take a credit card, a business credit card that's not in my name, and not running my credit. This is nothing that had nothing to do with me. I'm going to buy them same gift cards y'all got, and I'm turning them to cash. The same ones y'all going to scam, I'm turning into cash. Bro, I got probably like, at least about like 24 credit cards. 24 credit cards.
I know it's hard to find you some kids' clothes, man. Get with the Fly Kids headquarters, man. All for you kids' clothing, man. Trust me, I get my kids laced. Family members, nephews, nieces, whatever. They got everything you need, literally. All for you KC on Instagram. They located on the Lodge and Outer Drive. All for you kids' clothing. It's the Fly Kids headquarters, man. Tap in. Go on Instagram right now at All For You KC. Go see all the fly shit, all the heat for your son, for your little man, or your little girl, daddy's princess or daddy's little prince, whatever. They got it. All For You Kids clothing, man. Fly Kids headquarters. If you want to go in, man, they located right off the lodge and out of drive, right there. All For You KC, man. Trust me.
So let me explain why I had so many credit cards, right? So the LLC, I got multiple LLCs, right? So if I got 13 LLCs and I'm applying for a Sam's Club credit card, guess how many times I'm applying for it? 13 times. 13 times. If I got Sam's Club, if I got 13,
Walmart.
If I got multiple
cards,
yeah.
so same. I'm just throwing out names.
If you know about credit bureaus, it's TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, right? Certain banks pull from Experian, certain banks pull from TransUnion. Guess how many different bank accounts I got? I got a bank for Experian, I got one for TransUnion, and I got one for each one. So if one score higher than the other,
In each LLC.
in each LLC, no, not LLC. This is personal. So let's think about this personal real quick. They only ask you to have on-time payments and utilization got to be done.
And transaction history.
So what I do, I'm about to tell you up front. So it's something called balance transfer. You got a credit card for $10,000 and you can transfer the balance to another credit card before the due date. I don't know if that makes sense. So if I got a credit card with KeyBank or with Navy Federal, and KeyBank said I can transfer my balance before the due date, I'm just transferring all my money over so I can get that on-time payment. That's all I'm doing with multiple credit cards. But going back to why I got so many credit cards though, LLC costs $50 to do. I'm about to tell y'all what I did. I was working a job and I'm getting a secured credit card. Put my check on a secured credit card. Put your money in the bank and don't do shit for you. Shoebox money, not it. So if you got shoebox money, that shit is not it. You don't do nothing but sit there. The fuck that we keep talking about history, let's talk about a piggy bank. We got a piggy bank that ain't doing nothing for us.
Depreciate.
So, going back, when I had a job, I put everything as a secure card.
But it's not gaining no value. It's not appreciating because it's still worth whatever the value is.
Oh no! If you really know about banks, you leave $100,000 in the bank, you ain't gonna have $100,000.
No, I'm talking about the piggy bank one. The piggy bank is what I was talking about.
Like, I mean, you gotta think about it. If you put
I ain't gonna cut them up, but
So what I was doing was all my checks. I was got secure credit cards, so I started off secure credit cards, and then also secure loan. So the secure loan, basically, you're doing is you giving them $500, and then they say, how long do you want to have it? 6 months. You pay it, and then at the end they give you a check, give you all your money back. Now during that time you just built your credit up. A secure credit card, I don't care, gas, food, all that stuff. I'm swiping the credit card, then then I put the money back on there. If you're not getting credit, they fronting you the money. If you don't have you need an LLC. I know y'all got a podcast, but y'all should have multiple LLCs.
I do.
Most of this stuff,
I got 3.
Listen, it got to a point where I'm not even gonna lie to you. Everything is in my business name from when it came to the car. This right here I got from Verizon Wireless. Right? This is my business name. 66 new iPhone, $66 down. They didn't run my personal credit. We talk about personal credit. They didn't run my personal credit. It's in my business name. iPad, business name. Everything is in my business name. That's why it's important to have an LLC. But there's so much to talk about right now. But
I kind of want to ask because it's interesting, bro. Like, and that's kind of why when you called me, I'm like, hell yeah, because when we bring guests and we I don't know if Nick can tell you, but I can tell you what my inbox look like since we started this. But everybody want to get on, and I be telling people like, yeah, you know, I'm a C, but I'm going in the people we interested because y'all gonna educate others. In the game, like me and you talk. Like as soon as I seen what you was on, I jumped in on. That was 2 years ago. You doing some of this shit I was telling you and talking about. And a lot of people, from whether you rap, I be telling people, hey man, yeah, I'm hearing you. Yeah, whatever you doing, do it because you gonna educate. Cause anytime with financial literacy, man, in any way, like I be telling people, go for that shit as much as you can, cause you're gonna teach us, and to attest to what Terry was talking about, y'all two together, like I don't even know if y'all realize it, but y'all two different aspects of the way y'all think of shit will be so perfect together, even if y'all decided to jump in this lane of a podcast because it'll work on a different level. Like the shit'll be deep. It'll be like a class. Like that's why I said this episode is gonna be different because the education level of when we get in here and we make certain shit a conversation, and that's where this episode gonna explain the new heights of where we trying to go to because I guarantee the feedback we gonna get on this episode, people, oh yeah, I fuck with the intellect. Like yeah, y'all was really, y'all was dropping, y'all was dropping.
We were talking about some.
No, because pretty much this is
hell no, everything that we talk about is education.
This is an open floor type podcast, so it's whether what me and him got as a topic or whatever y'all got as a topic, we gonna bring it all in.
But yeah,
we're gonna try to tie it into.
We gonna have a genuine topic that we gonna talk about. But y'all
gonna
with the original
title, like the original title was expectations and expression. You have your expressions. You were the expectations. It works out regardless. And then it still works out between me and him because we can tie it in. As the host, we can tie it in.
But what I wanted to what I was I wasn't done, and I was gonna definitely go back to you. But all in all, what I'm saying is, first of all, I want to give you your flowers, bro, because that's amazing.
Most definitely.
Shit, I want to say a lot of us did the same thing. We went to school, and we went off to college, and we tried that shit, and whether it worked or whether it didn't, we came back to the crib and probably ventured off into something else. And I just think it's so educational to the shit you can do in everyday life to learn from the shit that Cory talking about. Because I had LLCs, but when bro started talking and dropping the gems on the social media, it made me
talking that damn thought it was illegal.
It made me look at it different, but it made me want to tap in. Like, damn, somebody I know this shit like that. Because I think I had told him like 2 years ago, like, bro, you need a class. Like, you need a class because the shit you saying is people really need to know that.
I be wondering, like, most people. The thing is when it comes.
Hold on. So basically, what I wanted to say is, what made you say, I'm gonna educate myself on this shit. Like this, what I need to do, or what was it that you seen where it was like, oh, wait a minute, hold on, let me look more. Basically, what made you make that pivot into doing what you're doing right now? Yeah,
I think growing up in the hood, most people we grow up in the hood and it's like we just in there. It's just like the goal is to make it out. Like what we doing. So if I'm around you and you shooting dice or you selling drugs and stuff, it's like. I see what your goal is. I'm not about to let my environment determine where I'm about to go. It ain't going for me. So going through school, when I was in school, I was learning. I'm getting good grades. I'm still a class clown. I'm getting in trouble. Blah blah blah. That shit still didn't do nothing for me. I get 3.6. That shit don't mean nothing to nobody. That shit don't mean nothing.
I'm gonna say
college. Went to college. Put myself in debt. I'm like. I done tried everything for the system shit. I done worked a job. While people was coming back from the holidays, I'm still up in school working a 9 to 5. People don't work in a factory. I'm working in a factory in this bitch. I went, came back, ended up getting on probation. At Farmington Hills and in Dearborn, and they was treating me like I had a felony. I had a misdemeanor. They treated me like I had a felony. And I'm like, wait till I get off this. Wait till I get off of this shit. Wait till I get out. So while I'm up in school, I ended up interning at New York Life doing life and health insurance. So I'm around these people. I'm like, wait, you ain't got no degree? Y'all making 6 figures? Oh, what's something wrong with this?
Yeah.
There's something wrong with this. I went to the college professors. They told me they ain't had no businesses. I said, oh yeah, I'm up. Came back to the crib, sleeping on my floor. I was hurting, sleeping on my floor. No money. I made a decision to come back. No money, no nothing. I'm pretending like I'm good. What I noticed is like everybody in my community pretending, like everybody put on this front like they got it. I'm like, this not it.
I'm saying so. With that part, that's the part I'm talking. That's the part I was talking about for the expression part. Like, so you say you feel me? You pretending like you up, like you pretend like you up, but you're not, right? So your expression is, I'm that nigga, but it's I'm hurt. I need somebody to help. I need somebody to help. How do we talk about that?
But we
as us.
I think we know we ain't that nigga, but we just want to say that though.
I mean,
we know that it's a false.
I'm not saying it's not an obvious thing.
Mm.
You feel me? But it's like.
But how can you really feel like that nigga if you know you not?
You are. The thing is, listen to this though. Listen to this. Wait.
Go ahead.
So the thing is, that's what's fucked up about it.
And that means you want to.
It's fucked up because talk about that nigga. It's just like, what is that? What is that? But at the same time, we be downing ourselves. Like you are somebody at the end of the day.
Like why shouldn't you feel like?
Why shouldn't you feel? Why shouldn't you feel that way? And I just want to continue, bro. It got to the point where I was so broken to the point where I'm like, shit, something got to give. I ended up getting the white people that we talk about. I was on probation. They told me I can't get a job nowhere. Blah blah blah. I ended up getting hired at GM downtown. I'm working on 29th floor. On the 29th floor, I was doing door-to-door sales in the hood. AT&T selling stuff. Like on 100 doors, having 100 no's. I'm like, damn, why I keep getting all these no's? Next thing I know, I'm like, oh, that's because you keep trying to sell them. You're not even trying to understand them and what they need.
You're trying to get
so
product off.
Just imagine being in the hood. I'm going to the doors and I'm learning people now. What's if you got a magic wand, what's 5 things you can change? They start telling me, I'm like, now I'm understanding people. So when it came to going to the jobs, I'm killing the interviews now. I'm like, I just gotta understand. I gotta listen to you. I gotta understand this shit. I'm in there, the youngest nigga, the only one without a degree. Next thing I know, I see a black man walking around. I'm like, damn, this nigga a manager? I'm like, shoot, the vice president. Yeah, everybody around this bitch complaining. I'm like, again, the environment. I'm like, again, y'all think it's crazy. Y'all see the president? Walk up, I need a one-on-one with you. Office, what's your why? How you get in this position? I'm asking questions like, oh, damn, you ain't got shit figured out. Just like how I ask some professors, they ain't had nothing. I'm like, oh.
I say with that also go into what you were talking about. Like, for me, it's on you.
Mm-hmm.
So if he didn't take that opportunity in order to talk to these people, I mean, first of all, he was given an opportunity to talk to these people. But if he didn't take that extra opportunity, and they'd be like, no, how you get like this? That would have been on him.
Yeah.
Because you could have just worked for the company. You could have just worked for the company and then just been a nigga who worked for the company.
I want to keep going.
Fast forward. I don't want to prolong it, but fast forward. When y'all see me doing jets and this aviation shit, I went, one day I'm just like, I was staying in Farmington Hills, and I used to walk trails and sit by the water. I'm just doing everything different from the normal shit. Trying to get my trauma gone.
You're relaxing.
Yeah, niggas be having shit going on. Nobody want to address that.
For real though.
But listen though, nigga.
For real though.
I get what you're going, but I'm like, that nigga relaxing. But it took you in a space that you needed.
Nobody want to. My issue is don't nobody want to address their problems. I had to address that shit. I'm like, damn, your pop did die when you was 14. Damn, you are on pro, but they did try to, keep you.
They gave you that peace of mind that you need.
Shit, that you need. Yeah, your mama is in the hood. You know, she don't own that house. Like, what we doing? What am I doing? Fast forward, I was flying on the plane. Come to find out the owner is the one who flying me around. I'm like, shit. People be asking, you a pilot and stuff like that? thought I was gonna be a pilot. I'm like, shit, this is kind of cool. Flying a plane and a helicopter. I'm like, matter of fact, how you own this shit? I asked him, how you own it? Guess what he told me? I'm about to show you once we get down. He showed me how to do it. It's over with. It's over with.
Created opportunity.
Created opportunity. So, but when it came to the credit stuff, it's just like I seen our environment. I'm like, damn, like, bro, we poor. Like, this shit ain't cool. This shit not cool.
What do you mean by we poor?
As far as poor, we got a poor mindset. We got a poor relationship with money.
Okay.
We got a poor relationship with money. But bro, my goal is to give back. I want people to actually reach out to me. And the goal is for everybody to reach out. Like I want to kick it with you. I want to kick it with you. It's like this game is free. Like this shit is free. Like I don't mind telling you, okay, go to the bank. Listen, I call them on the phone. What credit bureau you pull from? Tell me. You gotta tell me this information. It's just like most people don't want to learn. You gotta stay a student of life. Most people don't want to do it. Listen, I'm a black 29-year-old that's about to have a jet company. You don't know nobody doing that shit. That's true. Nobody can tell me nothing. My mama been working a 9 to 5 my whole life. I ain't let shit.
But that's off the camera. So
I wanna
shit hold me back.
I wanna say, man, I'm one of the few that's not afraid to say it because I got older siblings, but I look at I say 2012 because we was kind of close. I look at y'all like my big brothers in the way that I learn shit from y'all, and a lot of shit be deep. Like first of all, me and Terry is like blood related, and I found that shit out in high school, and it's just like my older brother, older than me, like he went through life, and you know, he teach me, and we kick it to this day. But like I said, I look at y'all as older brothers, bro. So I look at the maturity level y'all reach, because we knew each other.
Yeah.
Like we knew how silly niggas was in high school and shit like that. So when you take it to the seriousness of what we learning in everyday life, like you said, you was going on trails. I was seeing that shit. I'm like, because I've been through trauma. Like one of my blood brother, not blood, but was killed in front of me. So, which was after high school. So trauma, I understand. And learning shit, and like you see niggas, like we all did the same thing. We graduated. We went to high school. We went to college. You got to see everybody experience in college, but then you see shit start getting real. People not telling you how real this, like you said, you were sleeping on your mama's floor. I done slept on wooden floors, all type of shit. Now you might see me in a nice outfit, smiling on Instagram,
I used to
but
sleep on crates, nigga.
yeah, but I'm saying the reality to what the shit we was going through.
I'm just talking about what he
the reality, the shit to what we was really going through, to seeing niggas break through to their success, to even if not their success, to what they going through and learning from that shit. And I just respect y'all and appreciate y'all so much because I watch that type of shit. Like I reached out to you off the jump, like, damn, you saying some shit, bro. Like I'm gonna tell you, I don't know, but keep going, nigga, cause that's, if I'm seeing this shit, I know other people seeing it. Oh damn, okay, you at another level. Hey bro, teach a class. Because niggas need to know this shit. Now I'm to the point where it's just like I'm getting more serious about life. Like, yeah, you gotta get to that point of maturity where you like, nah, nigga. Like you say, yeah, bro, your people still in the hood. Like, in our reality, like it's time to knuckle down on no shit for real.
That part, dude, is that just like a self-work? He's like, man, I'm doing all this for my people.
Is it a self thing? No, it's the point of what you realize is you gotta educate yourself. If everybody was to educate yourself, especially as a black community, if we was to go to where Cory is at, a lot of people, to niggas that's influential.
Some people are just not in his lane. So I'm saying,
no,
but I'm talking about for his lane. And the fact that he is where he is, and he feels how he feels about his own self. Do you feel like it's some people that you kind of left back, or that it's some people that you need to bring up? You feel me?
Do I feel like that?
Yeah.
You asking me or you asking him?
I was talking to him.
I'm about to say, I can tell you that. I got a hell of answers to that.
I think I waved my hand already. Like,
yeah, I said it.
For me, I don't feel like.
But I ain't saying you got to. I ain't mean to cut you off, but I ain't mean you got to. But I'm just saying you feel like
Because this is the part of the expression that I'm saying for us as black men. Because like once we make some money, everybody expects us to be the head of the household, to take care of all the family. Because like I said, did I say this shit on camera or not? When I was talking about the 7 shit, when I was 7?
Yeah.
I said this on camera?
I
All right,
think
so 7, I'm at where I'm at. You're a grown man.
Yeah.
You at where I thought I was at 7. I wasn't at where you at, but I'm at where you feel me? I thought I was at where you at now. Yeah. So is it for your mental do you feel like it's more to break, or you at where it's like I can take care of who I need to take care of?
No, I don't feel like I'm at that.
I probably said it wrong. I ain't mean to cut you, but I probably said it wrong.
He on the way though.
But I mean in that way. But I
know what you said.
I kind of didn't mean it. I didn't mean to say it the way I said it, because the way I said it seems a little more
like you already
harder.
said.
It seems a little harder, right?
Harder.
But you feel me? So I didn't mean to make it sound like a little harder conversation than it is, but in that aspect.
Yeah, I think right now, because you had said something about leaving people. When it comes to our friends, sometimes you gotta really remove yourself. A lot of y'all don't want to remove y'all. Not saying y'all, but a lot of y'all don't.
That's the truth.
Remove yourselves around your comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
For me, if you notice, I'm just going against the unknown. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm doing shit that's making me uncomfortable and shit, and it's like I'm reaching different levels by doing it. Most people don't want to do it. And the goal is to lead and then come back and grab your brother, pick him up, grab your mama, grab your cousins, pick them up. But you can't do it in a whole circle of people don't understand you. Yeah. They don't understand, like, listen, y'all talking about chains and stuff. Y'all talking about chains. Y'all ain't got no car, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what we talking about?
You
For me, it ain't me trying to, most people be thinking I be trying to, like, down talk, but
it's the truth.
I'm down talking to myself. It's just like, listen,
it's the truth.
So even if
because
let's even say, because the fastest money that everybody knows is gonna be dope money or scamming money, right? Mm-hmm. It's gonna be the fastest money we're gonna get that we know. Let's say you're doing all that. You bought a chain. You ain't got no house. You ain't got no car. What is you doing?
But see, that's the thing. In reality, there's a lot of people that keep up with the Joneses or keep up with what's popular. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you got a nigga that's the products came back out, $700. Mm-hmm. You got niggas that's gonna spend money on it. I know niggas who, hell yeah. Wow, when they come to keeping up with social media and looking like you got it, for sure. But the reality is, bro, your priorities is fucked up. Mm-hmm. And that's the difference. But that's the point that, like we talked about earlier, of living in that, you still in high school and living in that popularity. Like I said, close to 30, 29, 28. We don't got long. There's a lot of people that still lives like they not adult. You know, they still think of their high school self, and they think of a lot of people don't really know what the fuck they want to do with themselves, and that's the biggest problem right now. And that's the biggest problem to where I realized that, oh, damn, I got to break myself apart, because I'm starting to realize what I do want to do with myself. And I'm not about to keep doing the same shit. I refuse to, because I see my peers that are starting to make that turn in life. They not doing the same shit. They not hanging with the same people. And it's not like it's like a love for the people you're not hanging with, but niggas really don't know what they want for that
point. A lot of people is an actor in a one-man play.
Yeah.
Everybody, they just showing up for themselves. Anybody coming to a one-actor play. Anybody doing that shit. And then you doing all these things. You trying to prove yourself to yourself. Everybody's out here doing a one-actor play.
I mean, at the end of the day, you watch any of my TikTok, Facebook, we all come down to choices, man.
So are you saying social media took over?
Social media took over what?
I'm asking you, are you saying that social media took over people's mindset?
No, I think people are in their own mindset.
Oh, are they on?
Yeah, like we as free as we ever been. You can literally do anything you want to do. This man right here, we grew up in the hood, not too far from each other. I know where he came from. You know where I came from. Came a long way, bro. That's a choice. We could have stayed in this motherfucker and just did dumb shit. Well, we both could have been in jail doing dumb shit. But guess what? We made a conscious choice, and a lot of people don't want to make the right choice for themselves. A lot of people don't want to have accountability.
People hate you for doing wanting to do
That's
something.
like people don't take people don't take accountability.
Somebody tried to argue with me. Somebody like I don't argue with people no more. I don't get into it with people. I don't have no bad blood. But like a while ago, somebody got it. I got into it with somebody, and it was just like, bro, you mad at bro? I walk trails, fly planes, bro.
I'm happy in my life, bro. What you want?
No, not even that. It's
I'm
just
saying,
like,
what you want?
You arguing with a nigga that do that, bro? Listen.
Yeah, like I'm mentally all the way.
Like, it's like, what you
further.
want? What you want?
What I need to fight you for, bro? Listen, you.
What
look
say? What more do you want from me?
What?
You really be like, no, what you want?
What you want? Most people be having. We be so trauma. I hate when people be downing each other, downing what you wear and stuff. You're like, none of that shit.
A lot of us are really just trauma bonded to the people we grew up with. We don't either we don't love them or they don't love us. But
I think you reach that certain age where you outgrow people because you get more serious about your shit, and people. And like I say, man, I've been through life, and I love all my brothers and all my people I grew up with, but it's that time. It's that time for sure.
If I could say anything, man.
And I know it's that time for y'all, and I don't speak on no names, but all our groups was bigger than what they are now.
We had some big ass groups.
Regardless, though, but what you realize is it's that time. Them groups started to break down because it's that time.
Man, expect people to be people.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's all.
Can't
it
make
is.
nobody be who they ain't.
Yeah, you can't like.
You can't make nobody
like I keep trying to tell y'all, like, quit trying to change somebody. Give them some game. If they don't want to, okay. Like you say, he want to come back to the. Don't get me wrong. I want to come back to the community and get. But if some of y'all don't want to learn, all right, fuck y'all.
That's what.
That's family and friends. I'm not about to sit here. I'm not about to sit here and force you.
You can have $100 bill. Spend $100 bill. That shit gonna break down over time. But if you save that 100, then it's gonna be 100 every time. It sounds kind of awful where we're going. But it's still on what you were saying. But I'm saying if you save that 100 gonna be that. I mean, you don't gotta save like the person. I don't mean you gotta save the person. But if you keep that 100 the way it is, that 100 in the same predicament that you had the original 100, it's gonna be 100 every time.
But is it gonna be the same?
But if you put that 100 through some times, like say you take it to the store, buy something, do whatever the fuck, it's gonna break down every time. But
is it gonna be valuable at the same time as I put that $100 in?
It depends on what you value for your change. Because if you you can spend 100 and get 80 back. Do you value that 80 or you just want to blow the 80? It value what you value. It all depends on what you value your change.
Listen, if I spend,
So off of that, what I mean is, you can have somebody that's 100. You can treat them like they're $80. You treat them like they're 80, but they're 100. You don't value them to be 100. Eventually, they are going to change on you because you don't value them to be who they are, and all you see them as 80. But they're really 100 person. You took 20 out of that person's character. You took 20. You took 20
or did they take 20 out of you?
It can go either way, but I'm saying
that's what I'm saying. If we keep coming back and we trying to invest,
so it depends on how the circumstance went down. So if you took 20 out of their shit, don't expect them niggas to be 100 to you because you took 20 out of their shit. They gonna be 80.
The way I do it though is the way I'm doing it just in general, and I want y'all to notice is like the reason why I got the nonprofit or the reason why I'm giving the game. It's like I'm gonna learn this shit, and you either can. It's workforce. You can come in and you can be a pilot. You can do. I'm creating opportunities. So it's like I don't have to value you. I don't have to value you. It's like now you got a choice. You either gonna be the 80 or 100. You say you 100, but are you really? That's on you.
What's your value?
What's your real value? So the opportunity there.
And don't be scared. This been my man since high school. I was telling him like, bro, man, I just want to learn. He was like, all right, jump on the Zoom call. Let's see. Mm-hmm. I jumped on that Zoom call and was on it the whole night, listening, recording, everything. Like some dudes are scared to learn from their mans, bro. It's like
that's what I understand about our school. So most people.
Like, don't be scared to learn from your mans. Like, it's a whole bunch of stuff I learned from him.
Some people be afraid to teach their mans.
Like I said, My main thing is for growth. My main thing is pro-family. Just be better people, man. Don't put yourself in positions that going to cost you at the end. That's my main goal, man. We can prevent a lot of stuff if we don't put ourselves in certain positions. So you can find me at T_Meal00. Think Enlightened T on TikTok. You know, I got a podcast coming out later in the fall. You know, just talk about some of this stuff, man, because honestly, we got to learn from each other, man. And at the end of the day, take accountability in every choice that you make, man. Like, we live too careless out here right now. So that's all I got to say.
For me, I want to be, I want everybody, like, I'm challenging everybody, like, all y'all in this room to, like, go harder. Like, you really don't, you think you going
Saying
hard.
we ain't doing shit?
Not saying that, but this is like challenge yourself every day. Like, especially if you got kids or you got a family, it's like, shit, how hard can I go? Like, what else can I do? It's just like, it's really that time. This year is a lot of y'all time. It's my time too. It's just like, shit, stop fucking sitting around because there's somebody out there that's leveling up. It's somebody, you got 100,000. It's somebody that got 200,000. You got $1 million. It's somebody out there with 5 million. This shit don't stop. And it's like, start getting outside of the rooms that you in. Yeah. Get outside of your community. Like, even if you stay in the hood, it's cool. Mm-hmm. Go to some events that's outside. Go to the suburbs and walk around, drive around. Stop fearing the police. Stop fearing everything. It's just like, go get that shit.
Chase purpose, man.
Chase your purpose. I'm living my purpose.
That last episode, don't waste your own time.
Don't waste your own time. But my Instagram is _CoWorld_. So follow me. Need help with credit, business credit, establishing a business, reach out to me. I do a free seminar. You know, when I go, when I give game, it can be overbearing because I'm just going to keep giving it to you. You ask me a question, I'm just going to give it to you. It's free. It's just like, some shit costs. Yeah, if you want me to do your credit, yeah, it's going to cost. You join the webinar, I'm going to show you how to do it for free. But it's going to be, the choice is yours. So reach out to me.
No, don't come short on no pay. I don't give a fuck what he talking about. Don't come short on no pay. You want this nigga time, you want this nigga business, don't come short on no pay.
Yeah.
Because you need it, and he got it. Supply and demand.
Support, man. Support your own people, man.
If anybody got kids, I'm doing discovery flights. Take your kid on a plane or a helicopter. I'm doing a raffle, and I'm doing field trips. So field trips, it'll be free. I'll give you a tour of each airport, the kids, anybody. So let people know I'm trying to get more people like us in the industry.
Okay. So, support, man. Support the good, not the fuck.
Either way, pay this man what he worth.
I want to say,
pay this man what he worth.
This probably gonna be one of my favorite episodes. I appreciate both of y'all because y'all came here and gave an abundance worth of game that I think the people gonna love.
Ball head game and captain.
Like, yeah, we got the best of both worlds in here, man. It's important, like I said, man. Terry, my blood, but I look at both of y'all like big brothers and motivation. And
shout out to y'all, though.
Yeah, shout out to y'all. Like, dang, y'all didn't even have to do this for real. No, for real. Like, people think like, oh, you supposed to do that because you might. No, you're not. People don't got to do nothing for you.
That's what people don't.
That's why I said have people be people.
It's like the way me and Dre talk when we set up this shit. It's like it's a lot of work between how we set this shit up. A lot of people just like, oh, y'all just pulled up, y'all just did this shit, y'all just pulled whatever.
They don't know what Monday through Friday.
It's really like we really back and forth setting up shit, going through schedules, everything from between the schedules. And who we gonna have, what we gonna talk about, how we gonna name topic, everything. It's a lot of work between us too. Like it's not
because you got everyday life. We both got kids. That's what I'm saying.
So like to a viewer, it might seem like it's light because everybody always gonna hate. They're gonna expect for you to have more than what we got. But when we first came into this shit, everybody's like, damn, I thought y'all was gonna do this shit in the basement. Hit their ass on the head, had a whole spot. Mm-hmm. Next, we out here fixing our shit as we going. And then we bring it in people back to back, and they like, damn, how y'all got guests like that? And then we have a real substance. Mm. So we really appreciate when people come on here genuinely and actually have something to talk about, as y'all did.
Mm-hmm. appreciate the time.
I'm gonna say for me and him, like it's big to us. To people, it's gonna seem smaller.
Pat
I'm saying we don't got no views.
Listen, really pat
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna say, like I said earlier, a lot of people don't make it past their third episode. They don't. A lot of people don't make it past their third episode. We 16, good views, good support,
great feedback.
Man,
now we just gotta keep going.
Man, think about it like this: people in real life don't make it past 90 days at that job.
That's true.
Exactly.
We've been in this for a minute.
That's why I told y'all. Listen though, y'all started here,
and this ain't the only thing we do.
Push.
This ain't the only thing we
push
do.
When you start some shit, push the gas on this shit. Y'all just did something that people would think that's impossible as well. It's like that's why I told y'all like go even harder because I know y'all will be like I know y'all got some goals like shit we want our podcast to do. It's like go get that shit then. Fuck who not with y'all. It's like
I'm gonna say right now I'm gonna say I appreciate everybody that fuck with us. Right now we at the ground floor because this is some shit that we just kind of pulled out. We just kind of pulled out the hat.
We had the idea,
so it's like, but
and then it was just like.
We made this shit.
How we about to capitalize on this shit?
We pulled out the hat, but we made it legit.
And then, boom, it was about figuring out. And once we figured that shit out and capitalized on it every week, that's why we tell people every time we drop an episode, give us feedback. Tell us the way we're going to make this shit better. Because
and
I was at my mama's crib.
WTWS@gmail.com.
Yeah. Definitely.
Advice, topics, feedback. We want all.
And also, this all I watch is podcasts. I don't watch TV. Like, I used to watch TV, but I watch podcasts because they give you game, like real life game on so many different shit. Like, that's literally like when I leave here, I'm going to get my daughter, but some point in the night, I'm going to be watching the podcast. And I'm going to be like I had hit Nick up. Like, hey, man, they do this shit on a different podcast. I think we going to start.
We can't be like everybody.
No, we not, but that ain't the point of how. But it'll be an idea that we have. Like for instance, we say when we do this, like anybody who been watching us for real, you gonna see that. Okay, week 1, we jumped in here. Oh damn, okay, now they got an introduction video. Oh damn, now they got promo commercials. Like every week we getting better and better.
We talk. It's like
and yeah, we communicate.
Okay, visual was fucked up. Fix the video. Boom. All right, boom. We can move over.
Audio might be a low.
Audio might be fucked up, but we fix it every time.
Hey, bro, at 3:15, we got to stop banging on the table, like.
And now we ain't nobody hit the table.
But like that's why we appreciate the people that's fucking with us now.
You feel me? So
because like I watched $1 million worth of game from the beginning, and shit, I watch I'll damn near watch every podcast from the beginning, and I watch how they start, and I watch the moment where they catch their big break, like them niggas made it. Now they sat in that con, but it was just about being open and listening to your peers and taking constructive criticism. And like people I had niggas that write me like, hey bro, y'all need to put more energy in. And it's like, okay, I feel what you're saying.
But at the same time, what you expect from 2 laid back niggas?
Exactly. Like everything not gonna be the right type of advice.
So like the last episode probably been the hypest episode we ever had. Yeah, I was blown out my mind. But I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna face. You feel me? I'm not gonna try to run. You feel me? None of that shit. I was literally. I knew it, and I was like, bro. And to be honest with you, I thought I pissed the nigga Dre off. The nigga Dre like, no, that shit was funny. But I thought I pissed him off so much because I was belligerently in here drunk. Not like belligerent, but it was like I feel like I talked more than he did, and so I feel like I pissed him off. But he was like, no, that bitch was good. It was funny. He was like, no, that shit was
because
funny.
It takes people. You got people that tell you they want more enthusiasm in the episode. But as long as I make sure, long as I make sure we still hitting our points and where we go, and even though you might have been more so, like you was,
still.
Exactly.
So it's not like
but we still feeling each other out.
But I was just off.
You want to know what it is? People want them to make emotional decisions, man. Like.
I had niggas tell us they want us to argue. They want us to take different. Like, they want me to take a different approach.
Bro.
Whatever I agree with versus what he agree with. It's just like,
man. Like
y'all ain't understanding with this shit.
Either way, I stand on the decision I made. Like as you say, you make your own decisions, right?
Made every last one.
I stand on my decision, and even then, as I stand on my decision, I asked Dre. I was like, bro, you feel me? Like what? Like shit, nigga. Not what happened because I knew what happened, but I was like, bro, did I make you mad? He like, no. Funny. So it's like we had an agreement between me and him running this shit. or one of this show.
Because we going.
It sound fucked up to say shit, but this
We
show.
going. We going different. We going many different ways with what they won't say, and just this in general. Because I ain't gonna speak too much, but we got some shit coming up for y'all, and we gonna switch it up. We even gonna step outside our original studio and do some live shit. So it's some shit coming up, man. But
everything gonna get bigger and better.
You know, we wrapping up episode 6.
Can't wait to have y'all on mine.
Right now,
wrapping up episode 6, and I definitely can't wait to be the nigga on the other side that's getting the questions asked.
So
you started. That's all that
we appreciate both of y'all for fucking with us on the ground floor.
Definitely.
And when we get everything elevated to where me and him both see it, want it, we would like for y'all to come back.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Especially y'all two, man, because I want all my guests to come back, but this episode, and I know, because I got family all over the world.
I'm a very opinionated.
And I got family spread out.
Yeah, I'm a very opinionated.
So
when I got family spread out, I send this shit as soon as it drop, and we do audio and break shit up. I send it to everybody, and I get a lot of feedback from different states that I got family in, and they fucking with it. And I know this episode they gonna love it because we hit some key points, some real key points. A lot of game was given in this episode, man. So definitely appreciate both of y'all. This was a huge surprise, but when I called Nick, I said, yeah, we got some shit for Saturday. Saturday gonna be one of them ones. I'm telling you now, that's gonna be it. And after I talked to you, when I talked to Cory, I called Nick, like, yeah, this gonna be it. I felt that. I felt the vibe, because it was I didn't expect it, but it was perfect. I'm like, hell yeah, no question. Trust me. Man, that's episode 6, man. What they won't say.
So, what they won't say, coming from NoFace and Dre, with our special guest. I'm about to log out. Subscribe, like, comment, fuck with us.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, don't be a pussy motherfucker.
I ended there.